You are on India Today podcasts and you are in the Sledging room. Saurabh, what's up? Kingshuk has joined us today.
Thank you.
At the expense of Akshay Ramesh. We hacked him at the last moment.
Thank you. I heard.
Because of certain contentious issues. I mean, Akshay can become very touchy with certain issues, and he sort of dreads taking those bouncers and those short balls on.
Good. That's good. No,
Yeah, he's sensitive.
It's sport.
Yeah.
You have to be sensitive to feel things.
Yeah.
Passionate.
And Akshay is the biggest fanboy.
Oh.
No, I mean, I'm sensitive, but that's okay. We can talk about it.
Aren't you two guys fanboys of anything?
No,
See,
I'm a fanboy as far as Indian cricket is concerned.
Aren't you a fanboy of fitness?
I'm a fanboy for Indian cricket, whatever it takes. I mean, I can't talk about fitness because I'm not anywhere near my own fitness goals. The start at certain things, I mean, that's for another day and date. But yeah, fitness, Indian cricket, that's all parallel, right?
Yes.
It all goes along parallelly. But why, once our listeners start getting confused, because this is the sledging room. So the first 2 minutes, you're always bound to be a little confused and taken aback.
Not anymore.
What are these guys talking
Not
about?
anymore, Raj. If you're not talking about your fitness today, then what are we talking about?
I'm talking about fitness of cricketers, elite cricketers,
All right.
elite athletes.
That's fair.
So we don't fall in that category. Nothing elite about us. We are for the masses. We are the masses. Certain Sarfaraz Khan, I mean, he's dominated the news waves for sure.
Yes.
He's been dominating headlines. Sarfaraz, for the uninitiated, he's been scoring a truckload of runs for the last 3 seasons in Ranji cricket. Superbly talented cricketer, but he continues to miss out on that opportunity to play Test cricket for India. Apparently, he was told he'd be part of the tour for the Bangladesh Test matches. He wasn't. A lot of us expected him to make a cut for the Australia Test matches at home. Did not happen. Surya Kumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan have been given those opportunities. Not that it's completely undeserving, but I'd say Sarfaraz should have been higher up in the pecking order, given what he's done in domestic cricket. But that really is not just about fitness. It's also about domestic cricket at large. Because, somebody asked me that question, Saurabh, were you taken aback? So I also contemplated and thought that, look, is that India A tag as well? What did he do for India A? He missed those, he missed out on those chances. But then again, if you're going to take India A, then does that mean that Ranji Trophy has no meaning? India's elite domestic tournament, Saurabh. So based on that alone, should Sarfaraz have been given a shot at the test matches for Australia?
Definitely. If you ask me, if a person like KL Rahul, he fails and fails and fails, but he get opportunities. And he fails for the international men's cricket team of India. Even then he is getting those opportunities. So why not Sarfaraz Khan?
KL Rahul ka chhod do. I mean, he's just gotten married.
No,
congratulations to KL Rahul.
I'm just giving example. I'm not saying against anything against him. I'm just giving example. If this is the same management which has been backing KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma scored his first ODI 100 after 3 years, I think, today.
But KL Rahul is fit apparently,
But I don't think Rohit Sharma. I don't think Rohit Sharma is.
But how can you say that? Why would you say that?
Because people, if you are not,
he scored 100 against New Zealand. I mean, he's been scoring runs.
He's been scoring runs. Yes, he has scored 100 against New Zealand. But if you are questioning Sarfaraz Khan's fitness, you should also question Rohit Sharma's fitness.
But who's questioning Sarfaraz Khan's fitness?
That's the exact question.
Who is questioning Sarfaraz Khan's fitness? I mean, I know what you're talking about. But again, what is to say that Rohit Sharma is not fit? He's at 35. He scored his 30th ODI 100. Before that, 2 years back, he scored 100. Yes, he did not score an ODI 100 for 3 years, but he's been playing across formats, missing out certain games. We're not a fan of that. We're not fans of that, but that's happened. Anyway, that's typical Indian cricket where the stars get to pick and choose. But Kingshuk, what is fitness?
Yeah.
Just your tests.
So I'm going to pick up on what Sunil Gavaskar said a couple of days back. Sarfaraz Khan is fit to score runs. As simple as that. And who sets the fitness standards? So there has to be a line, right? There is a fit line and there is an unfit line. So if Sarfaraz Khan is clearing fitness tests to play Ranji and to play IPL, he's working in the Delhi camp as well. Why is he not fit to play international cricket then? He's fit to play India A. That can't be that far away in terms of just playing fitness.
But those yo-yo tests are only for the Indian team, by the way. It does not necessarily apply to domestic teams unless they individually want to a certain levels of fitness. But there is a certain barometer that you have to cross in as far as playing for India is concerned. So that I mean, in the recent review meet which happened on the 1st of January, I
Yes,
think it was,
it happened on
they
1st of
brought
January.
the yo-yo tests back again. They said
Correct.
it's mandatory. Now, when are you conducting those yo-yo tests? For instance, will Ravindra Jadeja go through a yo-yo test before that Australia series? He's been named there. He's playing for Saurashtra in the Ranji game.
Yes.
Jadeja, Manish Pandey, Virat Kohli. Manish Pandey, when he used to play for India, there was a time when Manish Pandey was in and out. Virat Kohli, cricketer like Shreyas Iyer. They're among the highest performing yo-yo.
In India or in the world?
No, in India. I mean,
Okay.
Virat and Ravindra Jadeja are among some of the best in the world, by the way, where you're competing with some of the Australian and English cricketers. So they are also ranked pretty favorably with cricketers around the world. But Saurabh, it is not just about yo-yo tests, is it? Couple of things. Sunil Gavaskar, I know what he said. He said that on India Today. He said, look, if you want to pick models, go to our fashion show. Venkatesh Prasad said there are cricketers who are, what did he say? Did he imply body
Yeah,
body
Yes,
shape?
He did.
That
He-
there are cricketers
What
who,
he said was that
don't
there are.
misquote him. Check
No,
his,
no, I'm not.
because this is a very sensitive issue.
He
Yes.
said there are cricketers in the Indian team who are less fitter.
No, I don't think he
I
was. I think
definitely
just
think-
check
You
his
should-
tweet.
you should
I think
actually
yeah, because
quote him verbatim.
let us quote him because that was a strong
Yes.
tweet.
Okay,
That was a
okay,
strong
we'll
tweet.
do it.
He inferred that, but I think he was a little more pointed
Yes, he
towards
was,
that
he
direction.
was.
He said there are cricketers who are probably not as fit or less fit. Something on those lines. I don't
let
want
him,
to.
let him get out
Yeah.
a tweet.
I'm
He'll
gonna do- I'm gonna
read
do
it
But
out.
who is, what is to say that, with a certain body shape, right? And this is the problem. Is it just about body shape where, you're just looking at a certain type of cricketers, certain type of body shapes, and you don't expect them to, and you expect them to become chiseled and, well framed before you play for the Indian team. Fair enough. Fitness, you need fitness at elite
Yes,
levels.
yes.
But sort of, is it possible to score thousands and thousands of runs consistently
Wait.
in the grind of Ranji Trophy without being
And
fit?
yes, and the main issue is this guy has been scoring runs. He scores those hundreds, then goes back, comes, fields for the team. He's doing everything that is required to do.
That's what exactly Venkatesh has said. He's saying that not having Sarfaraz Khan in the Test team, despite 3 blockbuster domestic seasons, is not only unfair on Sarfaraz Khan, but it's an abuse to domestic cricket.
Yeah.
Almost as if this platform does not matter. And I think we will talk about that later. And he's fit to score those runs. As far as body weight goes, there are many more with kgs.
That's what I said, that he was far more pointed.
Yes.
So I don't know who he's referring to, and I don't think we should name those cricketers.
No.
Even if it's not important. 2 rights, 2 wrongs don't make a right, 2 rights don't make a wrong. Even if that is a problem with some other players in the Indian team, right? They're still there, getting chances, getting longer ropes than most other cricketers have.
Yes.
So that's the thing. It's a catch-22 situation. Where do you go to look? Body weight, not getting a chance, but you're scoring runs. You're not scoring runs for India. That was one school of thought. But then does the Ranji Trophy not matter? If the Ranji Trophy matters, and if you're fit enough to score runs there, then on what basis should players be expected to make an entry into the Test team?
I think both of those questions have been posed to him, Sarfaraz Khan that is, and he has replied to both of them. First one is the India A bit where Sarfaraz says that, and I think it's a pretty defensive argument on his side. He says the lower order batters were bowled out, and did not have enough people to bat with.
No, but
Right.
that's the thing. I mean, I just showed.
No,
some,
but that is defensive. So let me just talk about the other thing that you said about fitness. Sarfaraz said that I have been working at the Delhi camp before the IPL seasons, and I'm fit to play IPL for an elite franchise in an elite league. So what's stopping me from getting selected in the Indian team?
No, but I'm going to play the devil's advocate in this case, though. This is the Indian team. Virat Kohli had set certain fitness standards, and because of his standards, and remember what he said when he took over as Test captain. He says, "My focus is to take 20 wickets." Under his captaincy, you saw a lot of focus on fast bowlers. You saw players who were turning up chiseled, fit, and ready to play those long innings. And Virat Kohli in several interviews has said that, that extra fitness effort that I put in is the difference between a great effort and a great catch. So that margin of error, he's just reducing that line there. So is it now unfair in today's world? I mean, with all due respect to Sunil Gavaskar, right? Cricket has changed. I mean, the basics haven't changed, but the pace, the rigors of the game have changed. So is it not also fair to expect, and we do not know because, as is typical of Indian cricket in certain aspects, we do not know why Sarfaraz has been left out. We haven't heard from the selector. We haven't heard from any of the team management. Nobody asked questions to Rahul Dravid. Not that he's the only one to blame. When he came on for the press conference before the third ODI. So we don't know.
Let me just counter that. We have heard from the selectors. During the World Cup, Chetan Sharma came out and said that the likes of Prithvi Shaw and Sarfaraz
I'm talking
Khan
about Sarfaraz Khan now in the test. No. That I remember. That was way back. But we're talking of the test team now because a couple of opportunities were open. You did not have Rishabh Pant. You got in Ishan Kishan to back up Kona Bharat. You got in Surya Kumar Yadav. Why? Because he's been fantastic for Mumbai Indians. He's been fantastic in T20Is. And he scored a couple of quick runs. There were a couple of quick knocks in Ranji Trophy. Yes. Nothing to compare with Sarfaraz's string of scores in the domestic format. So where is that? There is nothing from the selectors as far as his test selection is concerned to say that, he will be in the fray. Everybody can be in the fray. Abhimanyu Ishwaran has been in the fray for years.
Everybody who is scoring runs, taking wickets is in the fray.
That is not clear enough.
Yes.
No. What do you mean is in the fray? Oh, no, he will be in contention. Obviously, everybody who plays for any level of domestic circuit in India will be in the fray.
Yes.
Prithvi Shaw, after so many years, okay, fine. We understand there were certain issues. Maybe he's mended them. Maybe after that 100, you couldn't have ignored him anymore. But he's at least back in the T20I side. Sarfaraz Khan, he's not getting any younger. He's still in his 20s. But that would pinch him. So where is it? Is it also fair? Let's think about it from the other side. Why do we always have to be politically correct and say that, it shouldn't matter? Why should it not matter also, Saurabh?
It should matter.
The fitness I'm talking about. If you're saying that, even if it is assuming that,
he's twisted words and he's got you there, Saurav.
No, let me be very straight. You're talking about fitness, yo-yo things and all those things, right? Virat Kohli did this, did that. Did he win us a World Cup with all his fitness drama? No. You had to perform. In big matches, you failed. Your entire team failed despite being chiseled. You need players who can score runs, who can pick wickets in important junctures. As simple as that. Sarfaraz Khan has been in brilliant run of form. Now, we are talking about Border Gavaskar Trophy, right? The test team for India for the first 2 tests has been announced. There is no Sarfaraz Khan. What if you lose those test matches? Then will you bring back Sarfaraz? Shreyas is also not fit, by the way.
Yeah.
You don't have Rishabh Pant.
See, the thing is that you can have a six-pack, and as current social standards go, you can have a six-pack, you can have muscles, but if your back is not giving enough support for you to play a 5-day game, it does not matter what you have and what you don't. Sarfaraz Khan has been fit enough to score 3 massive seasons in the Ranji Trophy. That's a 4-day game. And he's raking up runs.
And one more thing. We talked about Ravindra Jadeja. He has one of the best yo-yo test scores in the entire world. How many matches has he played in the last 1 year?
No, but his injuries have been external. They haven't been hamstring injuries. They haven't been, strained back injuries. Nothing. Those injuries have been. The last injury where he was ruled out during the Asia Cup was a
Knee
freak
injury.
accident. So that he went. I don't know, some adventure sports that he went to try his hand at. That
was it?
Supposedly, again, we can't confirm, but supposedly.
Nobody confirms it.
It was a freak injury from what I understand.
It is what
I may
happens.
be wrong, but it wasn't an on-field injury. So, to be fair to Ravindra Jadeja, he doesn't get those niggles. Virat Kohli hasn't got those niggles. I remember many years back he had a strained
Virat
neck.
Kohli did have a nickel last year.
No, that was very rare. He after
It is rare.
Very
It is
rare.
rare. Virat
So
Kohli
you have to
getting niggles is very
give
rare.
that to him. You have to give that to these cricketers. And for years and years. Sort of from what you're saying, Kingshik, from what you're saying, I understand that fit enough, scoring runs in Ranji cricket, this, that, etc. But again, we are just shooting in the dark because, like I said, we do not know why Sarfaraz has not been in the reckoning. Do you not need a middle order batter? Is it because he somehow quote unquote does not fit your norms of fitness? The other aspect is scoring runs in Ranji Trophy is one thing, but taking that one step further, maybe 10 further steps up in Test cricket is another.
You have to give him a chance for that. No?
Exactly. On what basis is he being left out again? Because we do not know.
See, your
We do not know.
See, your game does not end in the photo shoot right before the match. You can look chiseled as much as you want. You can stand for a photo shoot and you have to go out and deliver. That's a separate issue altogether. In all fairness, Sarfaraz Khan has done that in Ranji seasons 3 in a row now. No batter in Indian cricket has had 2 back-to-back 900 plus seasons. Sarfaraz has. Respect that. probably get him in. There was no need for Ishan Kishan to get in the test team at the moment.
By the way, what has Ishan Kishan done except
No,
that
no.
ODI
No,
double?
Ishan
forget
Kishan has
that-
scored runs in domestic in Ranji trophies
He
as
has,
well.
but not
hasn't
900
got,
plus.
He hasn't got but he's also a wicket keeper. Sarfaraz is not. That's a different thing because you're looking at
Exactly,
Rishabh Pant.
exactly.
You're
That's the
looking at
point.
Rishabh Pant and
Ishan Kishan has
he's an enforcer. Rishabh Pant is the only enforcer you had in the middle order.
Yes.
Ravindra Jadeja is just coming back from a long injury layoff, so you don't know how he's going to shape up. You don't have any more middle order enforcers in world cricket like Rishabh Pant. He is an X factor for sure. Probably they're expecting the same from Ishan Kishan. Again, is it too dicey? I would back Kona Bharat to go and play because after
Yeah.
Riddhiman Saha,
Yes,
he's
yes.
the best he's the best wicket keeper in this country. Let's not.
And he
let's-
has been with
yeah.
the test team for so long, he should get
He
a
should
chance
be. He-
ahead of any Ishan Kishan.
He has been Rishabh's
And
understudy.
Also,
as
see,
well.
all this comes back to what Raj said right ahead. You had 2 chances to get him play. Bangladesh. I understand it was an important series for India. ठीक है. But you could have slotted him in. You could have kept him in the reckoning, not not just for India A.
That is precisely the point. Look, Jaydev Unadkat may or may not get
Yes.
to play in the Australia series, right? But he's still been named in that squad.
Yeah.
Is he
Exactly.
going to play ahead of Shami, Siraj and Umesh? No. Are India going to play more than 2 seamers? I don't think so. Unless it's Dharamshala, probably you'll get 3 seamers. Even then, Jaydev Unadkat is not among the top 3 seamers. But he has been kept in the fray because of what he did in that one test match in Bangladesh in Mirpur. Came back after 10-11 years, took wickets, and he's been rewarded with this. The point is, you have to look at him at certain points. My job is to play the devil's advocate. So while I said, that maybe it is okay to think on those lines and not be politically right, first off, we also need to understand why this is happening. Because there have been very few cricketers like Sarfaraz Khan who have scored so consistently in domestic cricket for so many years, and he's diligently played that. If his fitness is such a problem, then why has he been getting IPL contracts?
Yes.
He was part of the RCB when Virat Kohli was captain. Virat Kohli, the pioneer and in a way, the leader of the pack as far as yo-yo test is concerned. So why was he part of those teams as well? But you have to understand that not all players have the same body shape. Rishabh Pant, he's not going to look like Virat Kohli ever. Rohit Sharma is not going to look like Shikhar Dhawan ever. That does not mean they're any less effective. Raheem Cornwall, a lot of these
Yes.
cricketers have spoken up, with different body shapes. So is cricket not inclusive enough? Is that's what we're going to say with Sarfaraz's exclusion?
No, it's not about
Or
cricket.
is Indian cricket not exclusive enough for
Basically,
certain body types?
if you ask me, I don't think that cricketers do get rewarded on the basis of Ranji form. I don't think a lot of cricketers
Yes.
get their chances. You get chances when you perform in IPL, but you don't get chances when you perform in Shahid Mustaq Ali Trophy or Ranji Trophy or Vijay Hazare Trophy. So it's coming down to that domestic ka problem. You're scoring runs, you're taking wickets in domestic cricket, but you're not being judged on that thing. When you score those runs and take wickets in IPL, you get everything.
Right, absolutely.
No, it also reflects on the Ranji Trophy specialists, say like Jaydev, because not all players are 3 format players, right?
Yeah.
And if you keep selecting your test team based on how it has gone in ODIs,
Yes.
those guys might never play ODIs right now. So isn't it quite disrespectful to Ranji Trophy players saying that, listen, the Indian team door is completely closed, be happy with your state, be a domestic legend, and we really don't care about the rest?
No, this is what worries me. It's not just about the selection pattern because, when I've done certain shows and the kind of questions that are put forward to you about Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson, I remember, as if Kona Bharat does not exist. Kona Bharat has seemingly started existing only because of what he did for RCB in the
Yes.
IPL. People keep forgetting how potently he scored runs in domestic cricket. People keep talking about Siraj, fantastic. But a lot of these cricketers have really done the hard yards in domestic cricket. So for me, that is a concern. That is a major concern. Irrespective of there needs to come a clear demarker. That look, we have Sarfaraz Khan in the radar, but he just needs to do a certain yo-yo level, right? Then we wouldn't be asking all these questions. And if you want to put down yo-yo tests as a marker, put them down as everybody, irrespective of who the captain is, irrespective of who the best
Oh,
bowler is.
you're asking the worst of BCCI. You're saying
Why?
that BCCI make results public.
Why not? They used to be.
Give me
They
Rohit
used
to
Sharma's
be.
yo-yo
Why
score
not?
right
will
now.
Why
never
not?
give it.
Why not?
They will never
it
give
should be
it.
transparent, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
Why
I'm saying. They'll never
Why
give. You
not?
can wish for all of that.
We
But
can
that's
wish for
never
a
gonna
lot of
happen.
things in Indian cricket, Kingshuk. That is the way the cookie has crumbled in certain aspects. I mean, while I think the BCCI is the best managed cricket board in the world, you have to look at certain selection issues. You have to look at certain selection calls. You have to look at certain mystery shrouded in darkness. That has to go.
It's
And
so
this is why
opaque.
we have to ask these questions. Look, there is no shame in admitting that we have to be better at certain things. When there are player injuries, we do not know for sure.
Exactly.
Do we know why Ravindra Jadeja was ruled out? Do we know why Ravindra Jadeja got that injury? Do we know why Ravindra Jadeja has not been in the fray for so long? Do we know how Ravindra Jadeja is going to play a test series against Australia on the back of just one Ranji Trophy game?
And
That's
honestly,
ridiculous. Why can't we ask these questions?
And we should.
Why should we not expect?
And honestly, it's run like an archaic organization.
Again, wrong. I don't
Why
think it's
not?
run like no. It's not run like an archaic organization. It is also up to the selection committee, up to the chief selector to stand up and say that let's do this. MSK Prasad, he also came. I mean, before MSK Prasad, remember there were selection committees when Krishnamacharya Srikanth was there. They would come out and take those questions. Chetan Sharma, he also took a couple of press conferences. I remember after the Virat Kohli controversy,
Yes.
towards the end of 2021, he came and took those questions. He came and took questions around the T20 World Cup. What is stopping these selectors from coming in? I mean, it's not like they want to take questions and they stop. No, that's not how it happens. If the selectors want, they can come and take questions from the press. Let them come and take those questions. It is
You want
it's
a
too
press con, Raj. It's too much to ask
no, it
for
is not.
BCCI.
It is again. It is not up to the BCCI alone. If Chetan Sharma wants to come and do a press conference, he can do it. It's not like he hasn't done them. They just don't do those press conferences when tight questions are asked.
Yes.
Exactly.
That is the point.
Nobody wants to face those questions.
Look, he had to come and address the media around the Virat Kohli controversy. He had to come and when was that? Because of was it the T20 World Cup side or what was it? When Chetan Sharma came on for the New Zealand series ahead of the squad for the New Zealand
That was
series.
during the T20
That was
World
during
Cup.
the T20 World Cup. It's not like they don't.
But
do
that
press
also was not a
conferences.
press con. It was just a video thing.
Yeah, I mean that is the best that you're going to get. You're not going to get the press standing in front of
Raj today
the
wants to
CCI.
ask questions of BCCI.
Obviously,
And I think he started with Sarfaraz Khan no in the test team. Now he has converted to Sarfaraz Khan yes in the test team without even admitting it.
No, U-turn is your specialty.
No, Raj, you have done this
But
today.
we'll come to Shubman Gill also. But because this is the fact about Shubman Gill. Shubman Gill is the second joint fastest to 1,000 ODI runs. He's broken Kohli and Dhawan's record for the fastest Indian to 1,000 ODI runs. 360 runs in a 3-match bilateral series.
Amazing
Oh,
run.
Equal Babar Azam's
Amazing
record.
run.
Yeah.
I cannot think of any other cricketer who scored a double 100 and a 100 in the same ODI series. Is he the next Virat Kohli? Is it too early to say?
If you ask me, he is the first Shubman Gill. But yes,
Oh.
but yes, if you see his current run of form and the way he has been scoring runs, he has been absolutely brilliant. And it's not too early to say that he's going to break Virat Kohli's records because he has broken a couple of records in the last 3-4 days. So definitely he's going to break a lot of Virat Kohli records in ODIs, to be very precise.
Yeah, but why?
Next Virat Kohli. He has an IPL trophy, Raj.
He has an IPL.
No, but we are talking about ODI run, right?
Yes, ODI runs.
Virat Kohli has an ODI World Cup.
No, I was just looking at
Shubman
the numbers.
will have it this
23
year.
years old. By the time Virat was 23, that was 2011. He had about 8 ODI hundreds. Shubman Gill now has 4 ODI hundreds. In his first 21 matches, Virat Kohli had 2 hundreds. Shubman Gill has 4 now, including one double hundred. I mean, he could have had 5 or 6 so easily. 98 not out in that rain truncated match in the West Indies. Another unbeaten 83 in Zimbabwe. It's not just about drawing comparisons. It's great to see somebody coming up the ranks. I mean, not since the days of Virat Kohli, who has scored runs like this, who has dominated a particular format like this. Surya Kumar Yadav last year in T20Is continues that run this time, and then you have Shubman Gill. I mean, why not?
Yes.
Why don't we compare?
No, it's also brilliant to see in an uncertain era where Ishan Kishan,
Yes.
who is that? Gaikwad, all these players have been given a shot at the top and nobody has settled themselves in. And Shubman Gill looks extremely assured. It's like he was meant to be with the Indian team, which he was. And it's great to see that he has, I think he will be the opener for us in the 2023 ODI World Cup.
I think a lot of people don't even know this, but Shubman Gill scored his under 1900 against the Pakistan attack, which had Shaheen Shah
The
Afridi.
semi-finals.
2018
The
World
final,
Cup.
was it?
I think it was the
Semi-final,
semi-final.
yeah.
So Shubman Gill has been absolutely brilliant. And we all remember what happened in 2011 World Cup. Sachin Tendulkar passed the baton to Virat Kohli. Is this year going to be the World Cup where we win it and Virat Kohli passes the baton to Shubman Gill?
Yeah.
I mean,
That'll be a
it's
good
interesting because we've spoken about double centuries. Kingshuk. The last 2 double centuries have been record breaking. Ishan was the youngest. Shubman Gill was then the youngest. He broke Ishan's record. He's younger by a year. And we've spoken about how double centuries used to take some time. Tendulkar became the first men's cricketer to get there in 2010, 2009, 2010. After two and a half decades, Rohit Sharma took his time. Chris Gayle, Martin Guptill, all of these guys took their time.
Yes.
Ishan Kishan just comes and bangs 100. His first 100 is a double 100. Ishan Kishan just 23, playing his 19th match or thereabout, scores a double 100. So that is a marker for what is to come. I mean, great. It's okay. Why are we so scared of comparisons when all we do is compare? Tendulkar, Kohli, from across the border you have
yes.
Babar Kohli, IPL, PSL. And the Pakistani cricket fraternity is obsessed with comparisons. We are just comparing our own.
And the way these pitches have evolved, it is more batting friendly now.
They haven't evolved in one-day cricket.
Yeah.
They're just flat.
Actually, they are roads. So scoring those truckload of runs is going to get easier, right?
At least roads have some dents, man. What do these pitches have?
No, they are
Nothing.
proper highways.
Proper highways. Terrible.
Proper. No, that's okay. I mean, this is what you're going to get for the World Cup. This is what you're going to
But
get
but these are highways for everyone.
Yeah,
Why?
that's the thing. These are highways for everyone.
Not everyone scores 100. And I think this is the third ODI 100 by Shubman Gill in last 4 matches. Absolutely phenomenal by this young batter. He has mesmerized us all. The way he plays his shots, we talk about Sachin, we talk about Virat Kohli, and he's taking every bowler apart.
And I agree with you when you say that this is going to be a passing the mantle thing,
Yeah.
this World Cup.
Yes.
Kohli to Shubman, Rohit to Shubman, we don't know. Next captain of the Indian team, God knows. We will see about that. It's been going great. Hopefully, it goes great for several years. So this whole idea about if he's the next Virat Kohli, that's going to come after a few years, I think. Not now. It's just too much to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, early days, these are good signs. And, it's, we are, at the end of the day, we are analysts. We like to compare phases and we like to compare eras.
This has gone from staging room to support room, man.
Yeah, why not?
No.
I mean,
It can.
I'm a huge
Shubman.
I'm
Come
turning
on.
out to be a huge Shubman Gill fan. I mean, it gives me goosebumps every time he walks into bat. And
Anyone who scores runs for
Why not?
India, takes wickets for India, I'm his fan.
Why
As
do you
simple
have
as
to be
that.
critical and, after...
You were critical of
outkick your
Sarfaraz
soul?
Khan.
I wasn't critical about Sarfaraz Khan. You still haven't
And his
understood.
fitness.
That's the point. You,
That's
He
how
was,
you
playing
started.
he was playing the devil's advocate.
I'm playing the devil's advocate.
He loves playing that. Don't you know that?
I choose to play
Change
whatever
sides
format
by,
I
I'm
like.
telling you.
I choose to play whatever format I like. But if you want to reach out to us, our viewers, our listeners, you can always email us on pods@indiatoday.com and ping us on 8588966996. And a lot of people, Saurabh Kingshuk, by the way, they want to join us on the sledging room. We'll have to figure out a way to slot people in.
Hopefully we'll have someone very soon.
Listeners, viewers, our subscribers, they all want to join us sometime. We'll hopefully be able to deliver on that. But just come and buy a cup of coffee. And that's the entry fee.
Round
to
table
get
करना
into.
है.
Round table on what?
Yay, sledging room ka. But the table needs to be round first. So
It is not a round table.
we'll think about that later.
It'll be a cross chair battle somewhere. But yes, if you want to rate us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're following us, please do that. And I know we are on videos now, we're on YouTube. And if you don't want to watch these faces every day, just want to listen to our nice voices, soothing voices, you can always go to Spotify
And also please
Apple Podcasts.
Show support for players from the bench. If you know what I mean.
There will always be yo-yo tests for bench players. And those yo-yo tests will always be public. At least
Did you go
in
through
our,
one?
in our domain.
Did you go through one? Before
we'll be
meeting
transparent.
Akshay?
drive kiya bhai.
We'll
I'm fit enough.
transparent. We'll be transparent with yo-yo tests, unlike other organizations.
So you're taking a dig at BCCI.
All right then. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We'll be back with a lot more banter and a lot more warmth for Shubman Gill if he continues his run in the T20 format. Kingshuk is already shaking his head. I don't know what sort of agendas these bench players come with, but we'll figure that out next week. Thank you so much. Have a great week. You are on India Today Podcasts and you are in the sledging room.